Good morning. The sun is coming up and kissing on the garden this morning. And so I thought we'd come outside on this beautiful day and just take a little peek around, see how things are going. We've got cucumbers. Yeah, we've got cucumbers and then we've got some cucumbers. It's gonna be a lot, probably the next week here or so. It's pretty exciting. Yellow sweet peppers and California wonders. Blooms, lots of blooms. Starting to get, oh, there's a couple on there. Don't know if you can see them there. There they are, right there. They're coming along great. We had a little rain last night, and I don't have to water this morning, which is very good. You can see we took the broccoli out. Very happy with how that done. Got about 7 meals off of it. And I'm going to put some more, I think, bush beans and a few kohlrabi in there this weekend and see if we can get one more harvest off of those. So these beans, they're from Harris Seeds. And I thought that they were climbing beans, pole beans, but they're not. And I've been trying to get them to trellis, but yeah, that hasn't worked. We ate some of these the other night though, and I tell you what, they are the sweetest beans I've ever had. I think we're gonna be having some more this weekend. They actually turn green when you cook them, and then the water is even green. It's kind of crazy. So these are the asparagus beans here that are going up this trellis. Lots of blooms. I haven't seen any beans start yet, but got a couple different kinds of beans here also. These are just normal pole beans, the Kentucky Blue Lake, I think, and a red bean over here, I believe also. So they are getting about to the top of their trellis too. Here you can kind of see them sticking over the top. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. The okra. Let's talk about okra, people. Let's come to the other side here. Here we go. I've got one about ready to bloom there and there. They have the most beautiful blooms. I hope I can get a picture of it, because it only lasts for like a day and then they're done. So yeah, back to these beans. They're so I'm definitely growing these again. So good. My bush beans, on the other hand, I planted 4 kinds twice in here, and I only have about 5 plants. Got a few here that are gonna be ready to pick pretty soon. I have picked a couple off of here. Here's a real nice one. The rest of the plants have not had anything yet, but they're all blooming. I need to get some dill in the freezer soon, we'll just say. Since the bush beans didn't do well, I threw a couple sunflowers in here because I wanted some in the garden, and they're taking off pretty good. Tomatoes. So last week it was super hot and we put this shade cloth up. I really do think that they enjoyed that. I also pruned pretty heavily on the bottom. So here's the Paul Robeson. Got a bunch of tomatoes on there. This is my San Marzano, and there are clusters of tomatoes, 4 and 5 a piece on all that, and more blooms on there too. This is the Korean long, which has a pretty good amount of fruit on it too. Looks like it needs a little room to grow here. So I'm very excited about those. This one also is a tie-dye Berkeley. Aren't they pretty? I'm gonna pull this cabbage very soon. I've got a really good one right here. This one has kind of been my sacrificial lamb here. I'm just kind of letting it gather the bugs, and we'll take the cabbage from the other two, I guess. Probably should have pulled those marigolds, but they were just so cute, and it's hard to pull out a flower. But anyway, the carrots are amongst them. I did pull one out the other day, and they're starting to get some fruit under those. And then there's the green stalk. Isn't it beautiful? Ooh, I've got a little garden spider here. Can you see it? Ooh, the web is going across. Not sure you can see that, but here's the little spider right there. Here he comes into focus. So I did eat a couple of these strawberries up here. They're different. They're yellow. They're kind of seedy, but they do have a nice flavor to them. There's so many blooms on here, so I'm kind of anxious on that to get some more. Got a few of the top hat tomatoes that I pulled off of that, and there's a couple more plants coming up. I used this cilantro last week in salsa, so that was fun. Pulled the peas yesterday, and some kohlrabi. Have some beets under there. We'll be getting those situated soon, and I'll be freezing some of the leaves. Got a few more carrots in here, and there are a couple more kohlrabi here. Nice sized one there. I am gonna plant some more kohlrabi and see if I can, I gotta look at the days on it, but I think I can get another harvest in if I get going on it here. And then there's the peppers. These purple peppers are so pretty. Look at that. They're just beautiful. See if I can get one here. They're very hot at this stage yet, so I'm letting them ripen a bit. These are my Hungarian hot wax. Got a couple pretty good ones here. This is a nice one. I have picked a couple of those and used them. This is another Hungarian hot wax, and I'm not sure what's going on with it, but it's having some issues. I tried pulling off some leaves and hasn't worked. I may have to put some organic something on some of those leaves. We'll see. This is Arjwowski. Lots of blooms. Haven't seen many peppers yet. Hoping soon. I think these are the Marconi Reds. So in between my two sets of peppers, I have cucumbers. Here we got the silver slicers, which are blooming to beat the band, but I haven't seen any fruit really yet. And then the munchers are in the middle here, same way, lots of flowers, not much fruit, but it'll be coming. And then I have here the burpless, and this one I will go over here because it does have some fruit starting on it in a couple of places actually, which is exciting. I really like these. They're not much seeds in them. Oh my, look at there. I told you they're coming. Here we have the Armani chili, or Anaheim chili. There's a bunch on here. Looks like I gotta get rid of a leaf or two, but they're doing well. And this is the Tam jalapenos. And they're kind of a mild jalapeno. So getting some fruit on there. This is the Anaheim Grande. I haven't seen much on that yet, except a few blooms. And then here we have the Diamond Bells, and they do have several bell peppers on them and are doing well. I pulled rhubarb the other day and am going to be putting that in the freezer. The strawberries had runners on their runners, and I pulled some of those. I'm trying to start some of the runners in something else. Some of these I pinned down to help them get started, like right there. And right here is a runner that's connected there. So we'll see how this strawberry patch goes. I feel like my zucchini's kind of behind schedule, but I still have hope. This isn't the best soil here, and I actually have a patty pan back there that's even smaller, but I still have hope for that too. We've been using these onions. There's only a couple left there. There's a red one and a white one left. And then we get into the melons. This is the Crimson Sweet, doing very, very well. This has lots of blooms on it. It is the Plantation Jumbo cantaloupe. My small melons have not done well. I do have a couple of early girl watermelons, and I think one Kajari. I don't know if they're gonna make it in time for freezing, but before freezing, but we'll see. This beautiful plant is Moon and Stars, and that's how the watermelon will look too, with these little specks of yellow on them. I have some flowering going on that, and I'm really hopeful for that. Here we have Haley's Best cantaloupe that is also flowering. I have one little sweet that has managed to stay alive. I don't know if it'll be ripe before it's time, but did not get any Minnesota midgets to work for me. This is the Orangelo watermelon, orange watermelon, that's doing well. This is the Heart of Gold cantaloupe here. Beautiful marigold here. And my bunny that needs to go away. We've been trying to capture and relocate him, but he's kind of adamant, little stinker. Here's the Sweetie Pie watermelon. It's gonna go ahead and take the trellis that seemingly none of the, well, I think I have two Jenny Linds here that are not doing great. Well, this is a Jenny Lind. I should move that a little bit. Again, don't know if they will make it in time. This is the Pied de Sapo. It's kind of a light colored or white cantaloupe. I hope it's gonna do well. It's gonna be blooming, or it is blooming, I guess. This this mess is my lemon drop cucumbers, and there is some starting to form with these. There's a lot here, but lots of flowers, and hopefully we're gonna get some fruit. They're supposed to go up this trellis, and I've been training some, but they're a little out of control. Oh well. This is the Silver Yamamoto, I believe, watermelon. Doing great. And here we have the Sugar Baby Bush watermelon that's doing good. And here we go. These are the gourds. They're crazy. Starting to flower. Mostly male flowers so far. Oh, I see there's a female one over there that might be opening sometime soon. And here are the pumpkins. They are starting to bloom. We got the Cinderella, got the Black Cat, we got the Minnie, And we got the warded green. So they are going to be running down here, trying to keep the weeds out from underneath them. And it really is a beautiful sight, though. I think I'm going to sell this raised bed. These are the same strawberries that are in the green stock. Look at how little they are. Isn't that crazy? I have tried 2 different soils last year and this year. Lettuce has done really well in here, but really nothing else has. I think I'm just supposed to plant in ground. So I'm going to leave you this morning with our front yard. This is our Hawkeye garden area, flower bed, black, gold, go Hawks. This is for my husband. And a stunning view of the black-eyed Susans and the yarrow. Lots of yarrow. The cappuccino black-eyed Susans are absolutely insane. The greenery isn't so great, but the flowers sure are pretty. This bee balm that has lots of busy bees on it usually, especially in the evening, but I see there's a couple there this morning too, is about at my hips high. We have lots of things that should return next year. And some things we're still working on. The borage, the calendula, lemongrass, some more hollyhocks, a black-eyed Susan vine that's finally starting to take off, our lemon balm, licorice basil, red basil, and lemon basil, and some more licorice basil. And lastly, got our little bubbler going here, our firecracker vine that I'm hope is going to start blooming here soon. Trying to decide whether I should trim it a bit to get it to bloom or not, or what. Gonna do some research on that here this weekend. And the blue heaven is looking heavenly. So, from the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota, have a great weekend.